Hello, it's good to see you. Today we are going to take a look at some of the items that I bought to donate to a local elementary school for their upcoming school year. We've done this now several years in a row where we'll do a little bit of shopping. I get a list of things from a local elementary school and we go shopping for kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade. We complete the list for each grade, like we had a kid in each grade. And then we also get wish list stuff, things that the school could use, but it's not part of their regular supply list that they would give to parents. So we have some of that today. Now today we're going to take a look at some of the larger items, and then we're going to do a separate video another day of smaller items. And then for that, it's going to be a little bit more focused where we're just kind of looking at the items, and that will be whispered. I think we did it that way last year too. And so that will be done on a separate day. But today I have some of the bigger things, and I have a lot of stuff. Now this stuff came from Walmart and Target. I got some backpacks at Aldi. I'm going to show you those. And I have some headphones that I got on Amazon. I was going to get them when we were doing our shop at Walmart, but they were locked up in the electronics department and there was nobody back there, so I wasn't able to get them. So I just went on Amazon and just bought them there. So I want to start with the crinkly stuff. I don't actually have much that's crinkly. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot that's crinkly. I have really just two things that are, well, maybe three things that are crinkly. This first thing is aggressively crinkly and heavier than it looks. Look at this. This was a wish list item for the school, baby wipes. These are great. I love these. I keep some of these around myself. They're great for wiping sticky hands or sticky faces or whatever. Kids are so sticky. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. And everything they touch is sticky. It's crazy. But these are great for that. So they asked for a pack of baby wipes. So I found these at Target, these little fragrance-free little baby wipes here. Now these are individual packages, but they're held together by this adhesive right here. So you get 3 of them. And up here you can see that there's a little dispenser. Now when you open this, there's a little piece in there. And you're going to peel this away. I'm not going to do it, but when they get ready to use them, they're going to peel this little sticker away. It's going to open this up so they can get these wipes out one at a time, like that. And then to keep them from drying out, you just close it like that, and it keeps them from getting all dried out. So we have these nice fragrance-free wipes. There are a total of 216. There are 72 wipes per package. So that was a wish list item. Another wish list item. Well, no, this might have been on the regular list. Paper towels. Now, I will encourage you to read the pinned comment below before you comment. I meant to mention this earlier. The frequently asked questions and the frequently stated remarks. And I will answer your questions there, hopefully, because a lot of the same stuff comes up every year. Why are you buying paper towels for a public school? Well, because they need them and they use them, and this is something that they like to get. And I think on the wish list they asked for extras. I can't remember anymore. It's all a blur. There's so much. But I picked up a total of 8 rolls. I have a big 6-pack of these downstairs. I didn't bring them up here, but I have these plus 6 more. It's that paper towel math. 2 equals 6, but only on these, because on other packs 2 may equal 4 or 12 or 8 or 7 somehow. But yeah, on these 2 equals 6. And they're the little select a size. So they have the little rectangular sheets like this, so you can get like half a sheet or a whole sheet. You know, this used to be a whole sheet. Now it's 2 sheets because the the way it's perforated. But these are just plain white Bounty paper towels. And we bought a total of 8 rolls of these paper towels. The Quicker Picker Upper. Very nice. Have that. I have another crinkly thing. I was wrong about the crinkly things. I actually have more that I forgot about. I forgot the candy. They asked for individually wrapped candies. So we were at Target and I picked up a bag of Smarties. These are these little candies. They're kind of like sweet chalk basically. In Canada, I think they're called Rockets, but here they're called Smarties. Family owned since 1949. And these are the original ones. So we got a bag of these. I also picked up a bag of Jolly Rancher hard candies. Look at that. These are great. Now these have the original flavors in here. We have blue raspberry, green apple, cherry, grape, and watermelon. So, and of course they are all individually wrapped. Little Jolly Rancher hard candies. Always nice. And the list specified blow pops, but they just used it as an example. But I found a bag of those at Target too, so I went ahead and grabbed a little bag of blow pops. It looks like we have watermelon, grape, strawberry, green apple, and cherry. And a blow pop is 2 treats in one, as it says here. So you're going to have your lollipop, and then inside of that lollipop is bubble gum. The flavor of that bubble gum will last for about a half a second. But you don't care because you're just happy to have one of these blow pops. You don't really criticize it too much. But yeah, the lollipop part is usually pretty good, but the bubble gum, from my recollection, just doesn't taste like much for very long, but that's okay. So we have that. Now the next things were not on they weren't on any of the lists, but I thought it might be nice to get. I picked up some packs of underwear because things happen and sometimes you need some clean underwear. It's okay. So I thought they might, keep these in their supply closet, which is where all of this is going to go when it gets dropped off next week. And all of this is going to go into their supply closet when it gets dropped off, which it will get dropped off probably tomorrow. And yeah, so I'm making these videos ahead of time so we can get everything packed up and taken to the school. So these are cute. Look, they have little designs on them. You get 10 pairs of briefs in here. And they say things like thoughtful, flamingo, fabulous. I like this one with the little butterfly. Excellent, hello, forever, sweet, magic, and smile. So they have cute little designs on them. Remember that day of the week underwear? I remember I had those when I was in elementary school, and I just thought I thought that was so neat that I had a pair of underwear for every day of the week. I thought that was really cool. And I picked up these boxer briefs as well. 5 boxer briefs in here, and I just tried to pick sort of a generic size. I mean, they're not going to fit everybody, but I tried to pick like a mid-range size for elementary school kids. So we get 5 pairs of briefs, boxer briefs in here, like that. And I think this is my last crinkly thing. I also picked up a pack of just plain white t-shirts. So they could use these for someone if they needed a shirt, or if sometimes they ask for these plain white t-shirts to do crafts like tie-dye and stuff like that. So if a kid doesn't need these, they can just use those for some of their craft stuff when they need some plain white t-shirts. There are 5 crew shirts in here, size small, 6 to 7. And these are from Wonder Nation. Just plain white t-shirts. And so let's see. Another thing on their wish list was Band-Aids. And I think this is the first year we've ever purchased Band-Aids for the school before. So I had a little fun with that. I bought 3 different boxes of Band-Aids, and I have 2 of them here to show you today. The first one is just a variety pack, so you're going to have different sizes in here. 3 different types of Band-Aids. I think we have flexible fabric and plastic and waterproof or water block flex and tough strips and skin flex. Just a little variety pack of just plain old Band-Aids. And I also found these cool Band-Aids. Look at that. Wow. Flexible fabric. So speaking of tie-dye, look at that. We have flexible fabric. Now these have these beautiful tie-dye patterns. I love that. I had never seen these before. I thought these were really cool. And how many do we get in here? 100. You get 100 Band-Aids in here, and they're assorted sizes. My kids would probably get hurt on purpose just to get one of these Band-Aids. And when I was a kid, I would have done the same thing. Well, when I was a kid, you had to get hurt pretty bad to get a Band-Aid at all. So, yeah. These are cool, though. So I got these. And then I think I have another pack, but that's going to be part of the second video that we're going to do. On the wish list, we also had glue sticks, like extra glue sticks. I think for the supply lists, we didn't have to get many. It was glue sticks and crayons. They didn't ask for as many as they normally do. But when I was at Walmart, I saw that they had these great big boxes of glue sticks. Good golly, look at that. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can put your name on it. So if you wanted to label the glue stick, there's a little place on the sticker where you can put your name on it. So these are washable, disappearing purple glue sticks from Elmer's. And you get 30 of them in this great big box. So this is great. This can sit on the shelf in the supply closet. They could actually just take this top off if they wanted to, or leave it on there. And then whoever needs some glue sticks can just come along and take some out. And the box is going to keep them all together so they're not going to get scattered all over the place, hopefully. 30 of these things. And they're acid-free, which is nice. And they're giant sticks. Wow. So we have 30 extra glue sticks here. And I think I also got some smaller packs of glue sticks, but we will see those in the other video. Another thing they asked for on the wish list was Post-it notes of all sizes, any size. We have some that I'm going to show you today and some that we're going to see later. Look, I love this little box. It's so cute. It's like a little school bus, but it's full of Post-it notes. Look at that. It's so colorful. You can see them through the door. Look at that little thing. And it has a handle. I'm going to leave it flat for now. I'm not going to pull it up. But you can pull that handle up. It looks like a great big pencil on the top. And there's the back of the bus. We have 24 Post-it note pads in here. And I just thought this was so cute. I love it. I think it's really cool. Classroom value pack. So this is the classroom value pack. And we got some in different sizes as well. But these are all one size, as you can see. I think these are the 3-inch square ones. Yeah, 3 inches square. And we get 24 packs of Post-it notes there. I just thought that little box was very cute. I think they had those last year too. And a new thing on the wish list this year that kind of made me laugh a little bit. I've never seen it on there before. Duct tape. And this poor school, bless its heart. It's an older school, and it's in bad shape. Like the buildings are just falling apart, and it's just sad. But the staff and the teachers, everybody there is so great. They're so nice, and they care about the kids, and they're just but their school is like falling apart. So when I saw they needed duct tape, I thought, well, that school could probably use some duct tape and some prayer, quite frankly. I mean, it's terrible. So we got them some duct tape. We got max strength duct tape. And we got a big old roll of it too. Look at that. Wow, that is a huge roll. So it's max strength. This isn't your regular duct tape. This is like super industrial strength duct tape. Which I didn't know there was such a thing, but there totally is. It's 1.88 inches wide and 45 yards long. So we have a roll of duct tape because it was on the wish list. I have never seen it. I think duct tape and Band-Aids were the two things this year that I've never seen on there before. But I try to pay attention to the wish list. I look at that closer than I do the other lists because these are things that they don't ask everybody to bring in, but it's stuff that they could really use. So I pay special attention to those items on the list. Another thing that we had to buy were zipper seal bags. Now these are sandwich size bags. So different grades may be asked to bring different sizes. And sometimes they might need 2 sizes per grade. They might want, say, quart size and gallon size. Now these are sandwich size, so they're smaller. So what they'll do is they'll say, okay, the boys can bring in one and the girls can bring in the other. And that way, hopefully you'll get roughly the same amount of both. It's kind of a good way to split it up so you're not asking everybody to bring in both, just one or the other. Now they use these bags for all kinds of things. They might use them, say they did a little craft or something, a little project at school, and they need a way for the kid to get it home all in one piece. They may put it in one of these little bags. If they maybe messed up their clothes during the school day, they could put them in one of the gallon size bags and seal it up so they can take them home. There are any number of, these things come in handy for all sorts of things. So that's why they ask for these bags. Now these boxes, these are great value. You see that? So these came from Walmart. Some of them came from Target. But these came from Walmart. Now all of these boxes, it doesn't matter what kind they are, and you can't really see it, but it's perforated here, runs across here, and then down here. So when you're ready to use these, and there's a little special bit of perforation here, you're going to just stick your finger in there and pull this back, and this whole section's going to come off. And this becomes your little dispenser for your bags right here, so you don't have to put them in a separate container. You can just use this box to dispense your bags. And there are 100 sandwich bags in this little box. And again, these are the sandwich size bags. Now some of these items I have multiples. I'm just showing you one of them. These, I don't remember how many of these we had to get, but this is one of the boxes of these sandwich size bags. And they have a double zipper, which is nice. Keeps it sealed better than the little single zipper. Another wish list item, Scotch packing tape. So they asked specifically for Scotch brand packing tape. And I got this pack here that includes 2 rolls of Scotch heavy duty packing tape. And it even comes with a little dispenser if you use it. I don't know if they have one. A dispenser if you need it. And so if they need this, they're going to have this little dispenser right here. They may have one of those little handheld things that you put it in, but if not, they have this little complimentary dispenser that comes with these 2 rolls of packing tape. It's heavy duty, guaranteed to stay sealed, which is really nice. I don't know that I've ever had to buy this before either. I was just thinking this might be a new thing this year too. I don't think I've seen this on the wish list before. So, but we have it this year. Oh, there's a crinkly thing I forgot. So I said that I was not able to get the wired headphones at Walmart. They were locked up. They have all their headphones. Well, they had some wireless headphones that weren't locked up, but the list requested specifically wired headphones, like child-size wired headphones. They were locked up in the electronics department, and there was nobody back there while I was there, so I wasn't able to get any. So I just went on to Amazon and I found this 5-pack of on-ear headphones here from Sonitum, not Sonichu, Sonitum. And they're all different, but they're in these crinkly containers. So we have these little headphones, and they're all the same except that this part here is a different color, but they are wired. So that should be what they need. So we have a gold pair. We have a black pair. I think they had these two where they were all just plain black, but the multicolored ones look like fun, so I got those. So I have them in black. Oh, these are blue. Look at that. Blue ones. Oh, I like these. Green ones. Look at that color. That is so pretty. It's almost like a teal color. Green ones. And red ones. So they're supposed to be kid size, on-ear wired headphones. So I think I had to get a total of 5 pairs of these. So this actually worked out perfectly. And as always, we have our composition books. Now I bought multiples of these in different colors, so I'm just going to show you one of each. Look at that. These composition books at Walmart were only 38 cents a piece. I think they were 50 cents last year. They were only 38 cents a piece. Now we wanted to make sure we got wide ruled because these come in wide ruled and college ruled. And of course, the college ruled notebooks, the lines are going to be skinnier. They're going to be closer together. But this is wide ruled. So if you open it up, I mean, you would have to kind of put the college ruled next to it to really tell. But it's wider, like you have more space on each line. It's not quite so, the lines aren't quite so skinny. And you get 80 sheets in this composition book. So we have some, I got some in blue and in green. We have these pretty green ones here. Now these are from Pen Plus Gear, which is like a Walmart thing. And so they have this nice binding over here. Now the binding on all of them is black, like this. Now they do have, of course, more heavy-duty composition books. And you have the 5-star ones from Mead. And some of them are going to cost more depending on the type you get. Some have different fun little covers. The little novelty ones are usually more expensive, but this is what I always got my kids. And I have one kid still in school. He'll be a junior in high school this year. And if he needs composition books, he will get these in the college rule. So we just get the plain ones like that. They work fine. I mean, I've never seen the need for the heavy duty ones. At least my kids never needed them. The regular ones seem to hold up just fine. These are remarkably sturdy. And then we got a bunch of the marble composition books. And of course it's called that because if you look at the design, it kind of has like a marble looking design to it. These are the ones when I was a kid. This was pretty much all we had were the ones that looked like this. I don't think we had them in different colors. Maybe we did, but these were, the ones I had always looked like that. And when you open them up, now this looks different from when I was a kid. We didn't have websites and stuff in there. That wasn't a thing back then, but you have general reference and research sites, and you can even you could write in your little class schedule in there if you want to. You can put in what you're doing, the different days of the week. Yeah, it's really nice. So we have quite a few of these. I think we had a grand total of 11 composition books. But yeah, I think they were cheaper this year. I think they were 50 cents last year. And we only had to get a few spiral notebooks like this. Now these were also wide ruled, and I bought some one subject notebooks like this from Pen Plus Gear. The sheets are perforated so you can tear them out of the notebook if you need to. And I find that the perforation doesn't normally work very well and it tears kind of unevenly, but in theory you can tear it out nice and neat, but it normally doesn't work out that way. So these are also wide ruled. They have 70 sheets per notebook. So we got some in green, and we got some just like that with a red cover. So this one has a red cover. That's the only difference, is the color of the cover. So these are also wide ruled. It says so up there. Wide ruled, one subject notebook. They didn't ask for any other sizes of notebooks, just a few of these one subject notebooks. So that's what we got. Another item that they requested on the wish list was page protectors, sheet protectors. We got a big old pack of those. Wow. So these are heavyweight sheet protectors. So you could put these in a binder. See here? So it's like a big sleeve. It's like a page-sized sleeve. Now in the USA, a letter-sized sheet of paper is going to be 8.5 inches wide and 11 inches long. 8.5 by 11. Now, if it's A4 paper, which is common in Europe, I think A4 paper, I can't remember exactly. I used to work in a law firm and we dealt with European clients in Europe, and when they sent us documents, they were always A4. I'm thinking A4 paper is 8 inches by 11.5. Is that right? It doesn't matter, but these are made for 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. Actually, it'll go up to 9.25 by 11.22, but I think that's because you want some extra room to get the paper in there, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, so it has holes in it so you could put them in binders. You don't have to, but you can, to protect your sheets of paper. Now we do have 100 of these letter size sheet protectors in here, and I did get the heavy duty ones. They have a reinforced binding edge. They won't lift the print, because some of these, when you put the paper in there, if you leave it in there for a while, when you go to take it out, you can kind of see the impression of the document or the picture or whatever it is on the inside of the sheet protector. And they are PVC free. Polyvinyl chloride, I believe that is. But yeah, look at that. Sheet protectors. You got to protect your sheet. Take care of your sheet. Also, we have loose leaf paper, or also referred to as filler paper. Now this paper is 8 inches by 10.5 inches. So it's usually a half inch skinnier and a half inch shorter than letter size paper. I have no idea why that is, but I think that's to make it fit in the binder without sticking out. I don't know. But this is wide ruled loose leaf paper. We have 150 sheets. We only had to get one pack of this, I think. I don't think they use as much of this as they used to. We were only asked to get one pack of loose leaf paper. And folders. We always get our folders. Now this was part of the list that we shopped for at Target. Now it didn't say if the folder should have prongs or not. It just said that they should be poly, the plastic folders, and that they should have pockets. So I picked up some of these like this that don't have the little prongs. I picked up some of these 2-pocket folders in red. And I also got some in green, because these were the two colors I found these just regular ones in. And of course they have the pockets inside. And they wanted these folders to be blue, red, and green. Those were the 3 colors they were looking for. So I found some 2-pocket folders with prongs. So you can fasten sheets of paper inside here where the little brads are. And we still have pockets. So I got more of these than the kind without prongs, because you don't have to use the prongs, but you can. If you need them, they're there. So we also got some in red. So we have green, red, and blue. The little little the polyvinyl pocket folders with prongs. They're durable, flexible poly, and they help keep your documents organized. This one's really pretty. I like this one. They had a nice variety of colors of these these folders, but the list asked for blue, red, and green, so that's all we got. And I got more than this. I'm just showing you one of each. Now all the schools around here go through a lot of dry erase markers because they use that whiteboard for a lot of stuff. Pretty much every class, I think, uses that. Now, if you're older like I am, we didn't have... I think dry erase boards came along maybe while I was in college, when you started to see them more. We had chalkboards. Just, you remember the blackboards, Sometimes they were green, sometimes they were black, and they used chalk in the erasers, You got to go out and bang the erasers outside. I enjoyed doing that because you got to go outside for a minute. But they don't really use chalkboards anymore. They use the whiteboards. So they go through a lot of dry erase markers, and they are kind of pricey. So they always ask that parents bring in some dry erase markers. Well, the first thing I have to show you relating to that is this nice little set. Look at this. Now, nobody ever thinks to bring this in. And the teachers, the times that I have taken these in and given them directly to the teachers, they were always really happy to see this. Because look at this. Look, it's your whiteboard care kit from Expo. You get 2 erasers, a polishing cloth, and you get 2 of these 2-ounce bottles of cleaning spray, all from Expo, which I think Expo makes the best dry erase markers. That's what I always get. There are some that are cheaper, but they really don't work as well. I'd rather pay a little bit more and get the ones that I know work well. But nobody ever thinks to buy these little kits like this. So I always try to get at least one of those every year to donate. And of course we got markers. For the markers, I picked up these big sets like this. Look at that. Good grief. So we got some of the multicolored markers here. You get 16 markers in this pack. You get 2 of the black, red, green, blue, and you get a different shade of blue. Up here it's kind of like turquoise, dark green, purple, and then you get sort of a plum color down here and a burgundy, pink, and orange. So you get all these neat colors in here, plus 2 of the black markers. They asked for a lot of just the plain black dry erase markers, but I just thought this was a nice set. Look at all these colors. There's just so much variety. But I also picked up 2 of these right here. These are just the all plain black markers. Again, you're going to get 16 in this pack. So we bought 2 of these. So they're going to have lots and lots of just plain black markers. And they will go through every single one of these this year. They go through a lot of these markers because they use those whiteboards every single day. And so they go through a lot of dry erase markers. And this really is the best value for your money to get the big packs like that. I have something else too that wasn't on any of the lists, but it's something that I know that they use sometimes at the school. Every now and then, you just need a clean pair of socks. Like, say, maybe what if your socks got wet? You were outside and it had been raining and you stepped in a puddle, and now you don't want to go through the rest of the day with wet socks. So we picked up these socks. I picked up a pack of socks at Walmart, but when I got up to the register, I realized one of the socks had a really bad pick in it, like it was messed up. And I was halfway through checking out, so I just asked if they would just put that back, and I thought I'll just grab some socks when I go to Target. So I picked these up at Target. This is not the pair that I showed in the Walmart video, because that pair, there was a sock in there that was messed up and I didn't notice it right away. So I replaced those socks with these. Now these are from Cat and Jack. These little low-cut socks. Look at those beautiful colors. Look at that. You got green, it's pretty yellow, and kind of a navy blue, lighter blue, and red. And then we have some more socks over here. You get 10 pairs of these little low-cut socks. And kids love these. I know my kids, oh my gosh, these socks, this is basically all they wore all the way up through middle school. Actually, my younger son still wears low-cut socks. Yeah, he loves them. He doesn't like crew socks. But so we have this pack of 10 socks here. And these I got at Walmart. These are some more ankle socks. 10 pairs of these. And look at all these fun colors. You get red, kind of a neon orange, gray, yellow, and blue. And then these are just, well, they're kind of plain. No, they're multicolored too, but you can't really see it. You can see it up here. We have this neon orange, red, blue, yellow, and then black here. 10 more pairs of ankle socks. So they didn't ask for these, but it wouldn't hurt to have something like that in the little supply closet just in case somebody needs a pair of socks, or maybe they have a sock with some holes in it, or some socks that, it wouldn't hurt to have an extra pair. They can use it for, just give a kid some socks, whatever they need them for. Oh, and on the wish list too, I think this was new. I don't think we've ever had to get this before. Play-doh, look at that. They asked for multicolored 4-ounce containers of Play-doh. So I found this big box at Walmart. I accidentally ripped the handle a little bit getting them out of the car, but I have taped the handle back together. That was my fault. I went to pick it up and I ripped the handle, and somehow I just messed it up. That was my fault. But we have 20 colors of Play-Doh in this big box. Look at all these colors. Oh my gosh. So it's just a great big thing, and these are the 4-ounce containers of Play-Doh. And just all these pretty colors. Look at that. It's heavy. So we got them some Play-Doh for their wish list. And this is an item that you always have to get. Clorox or Lysol wipes. We bought 9 of these. I have 3 of these 3-packs right here. So I got Clorox this year. Some years I get Lysol. Sometimes I get Clorox. Sometimes I get store brand. Usually it's just whichever ones I see first. I just grab whatever I see first. I don't really worry about it a whole lot. You're going to get a total of 105 wipes in this pack of 3 right here, which is, no, that's not right, is it? Oh yeah, there are 35 wipes per pack for 105 total. Yay. I thought they held more than that, but these are the smaller ones though. But we have 9 little containers of Clorox wipes, and that is another thing that they go through a lot of, and I want them to have all of this kind of stuff that they need. Because I know when my kids were little, every year within 2 weeks of starting school, at least one of us was sick. One of the kids would be sick, and then there was a 50-50 chance of whether or not I would catch whatever they had. Every year within 2 weeks they were sick with something. Wipe everything down. It is, please. Every year without fail. It hasn't been so much of a problem in high school, but when they were younger, oh man, every year somebody, at least one of my kids, sometimes both of them, within 2 weeks would be sick with some kind of bug that they picked up at school. You could just count on it. Another thing that they use a lot of is tissues. So I picked up 5 of these right here, 5 of these packs. Look at the pretty boxes. I love the designs on these boxes. They're so pretty. Look, I really like that one. I'd like to have a skirt with that design. It's so neat. It's very pretty. I like this up here too with the purple and green. It kind of makes me think of Halloween. Speaking of which, Aldi on Wednesday, when they put out their stuff on the Isle of Shame, it's Halloween stuff. They are already putting out Halloween stuff this week. Which, seriously? Seriously? Yeah, they're already doing Halloween. I saw the sneak peek last week and I couldn't believe it. They are doing Halloween this week. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. We're going to be going to Spirit Halloween before you know it. You know, we're totally walking through there this year. It won't be long. Spirit Halloween will be open and we're totally going. All right, so these are special. Do you know why these are special? It's not the Forrest Gump little feather here. No, it has a clean shield. I have no idea what that means, but it has a clean shield. So it contains mess 3 times better. How do they know? What are they cleaning up with these Kleenexes? Toxic spills, hazardous waste. Is it like the Exxon Valdez all over again? What are they? How do they know? What are people doing with these tissues? Maybe we don't want to know. Well, kids are gross, so no, I love kids, but they smell bad, they're sticky, and they're gross. But I love them. But it's going to contain their mess 3 times better than something. There's an asterisk. What is the asterisk for? Do we know? Versus the leading value brand paper. Well, that sounds very vague, doesn't it? Versus the leading value brand paper. Well, what does that mean? What kind of value brand paper are we talking about? I don't even know what they compared it to. But anyway, this is 3 times better than something or other. So you know it's good. So we have 5 of these. So we ended up with 20 total boxes of tissues. They asked for 17. We just rounded up to 20. So yay. I think they're very pretty. So we're going to take all that. Now getting the stuff into the school is no problem. So when we get there, so I will call ahead of time. Or if sometimes my older son takes it because he gets off work earlier than I do, and he's more likely to be able to get there during office hours. So we call in advance before he goes. And they give him this little wheelie cart that he can roll out to his car, and he can load it, and it's very easy. They make it very easy because they want people to donate, so they encourage it, you know. So the last things I have to show you today, now this is not everything. There will be more that I'm going to show you in a second video, which we are going to whisper. And the stuff in the second video will be smaller items. I'm kind of showing you mostly big things right now. But we're going to take an intimate look at the smaller items in a future video. But the last things I have to show you today, now these I picked up at Aldi. They had these little backpacks. Now, they didn't ask for any backpacks this year, but I went ahead and picked up some anyway. I was at Aldi, and they had 3 backpacks left, and I grabbed them. I have this one here. That's very pretty. I love that shade of purple. It's just so nice. These are Lily and Dan premium backpacks. And they have these little straps where you can undo them. They have these little plastic Fastex buckles that are adjustable. So you can attach a lunchbox or whatever you want to your backpack. We have a zippered compartment here and here. And then, of course, the big one here. We have little gathered little pouches on both sides. You could put a water bottle in there or whatever little stuff you want to put in there. We have a nice handle up here. And the back is padded, and these shoulder straps are padded. You can lock them together here. They are fully adjustable here. I love that color combination, that sort of a lavender color with that blue. That is so pretty. Looks like springtime. And the pattern on this one is nice. We have little rainbows and butterflies and flowers. That's neat. So I got that one. And they only had these 3 backpacks left, or I would have bought more. And they had this cool one here. This one has little dinosaurs on it. I love that dark green color. Oh, it's so nice. Now, they're all made the same, where you have the little straps here, the little adjustable Fastex buckles, pocket there. Here's the little zipper pull, pocket there, zipper pull. And then, of course, you have the big zippered compartment here that you can open up. Nice little handle. These are nice little backpacks, and they were only $15 each, and they're really nice. I mean, they're heavy duty. These are good quality backpacks for only $15. So there's that one. And I got one more. This one's nice. Look, pretty in pink. Look at that. This one Has kind of like watercolor stuff on it. It's little unicorns, like little watercolor unicorns all over it. It's pink and white. The back is pink like that. Wow. And again, of course, it has the little pockets on each side. The little straps here, pockets here, and then the big opening there. And yeah, so they're all from Lily and Dan. So sometimes, you might have a kid whose backpack gets messed up, or maybe they don't have one and they would like to have one. So I tried to pick, try to find these that look really cute. In this instance, I just got the last 3 that they had, but I do think they're really cute anyway. So I wish I had seen them when they first put them out. I would have gotten more and I would have had more to choose from, but I just got the last 3 they had available. So, yeah, it's I love doing this every year. I do. I know what it's like to have little kids and, buying all that stuff, especially if you have multiple kids that you have to shop for, it gets really expensive. So I always said, kind of like with the angel tree stuff, knowing what it's like, to struggle financially when you have little kids, because, I did. It was tough when my kids were small. I always said if I was able to, I wanted to help other people. So that's why I do this, and I really enjoy it. And I'm glad that you enjoy it so much too. It's really neat. And before you know it, we're going to be shopping for the Angel Tree kids. I'm taking some time off work. I have a day job that's not this, and I have put in to get some time off around the time the Angel Tree should be put out this year, hopefully, so I can devote more time to it. I can have like a whole day to work on it. So I'm excited because my request for time off was approved today, so I'm really excited. So I'm gonna take off a few days for that, and I'm excited. Gosh, this year is just flying by. My goodness. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed getting to see all these things today. And there's going to be more. We're going to do a second part with some of the smaller things like I mentioned. So I'm going to get to show you even more stuff that we bought for the elementary school. And thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you have a great day. And I'll see you again really soon.